Let's take a look at our chapter outline so we can discuss what we're going to cover during this course. Now, of course, we're going to cover theory. You'll learn theory, definitions, concepts, and things of that nature because you need to know these things to provide you a foundation for what comes later. So we're going to talk about Introduction to Ethical Hacking first. We'll talk about what ethical hacking is. We'll go over the types of hackers there are, what motivations hackers have, and why ethical hacking is important to security. We'll also talk about the methodology of ethical hacking. The methodology basically is the roadmap or plan that you use to perform an ethical hacking engagement. It's not just all willy-nilly like you see out there in the movies. Some of that methodology involves reconnaissance and footprinting, and that's where you basically get information about your target and figure out who you're trying to hack and what resources they have. We also talk about scanning, in particular network scanning, to learn what kind of open ports and services are on boxes. We'll also talk about enumeration, and that's basically getting information about a network and an organization. Then we'll move into system attacks. We'll discuss some of the vulnerabilities that different systems have, buffer overflows, password attacks, and so forth. We'll also talk about malware, and malware basically covers Trojans, viruses, worms, and so forth, and how a hacker may use these things to break into your system, get into it, elevate the privileges, get information out of it, or even perform denial of service attacks. So we'll discuss those things as well, and we'll give you good examples of malware that an ethical hacker may use. Then we'll also look at network attacks. And network attacks basically come from the network. It's how to own the data as it's transmitted or received across the network medium. And basically with a network attack, you can get control over the system if you can get control over the network. Application hacking, on the other hand, targets specific applications that reside on the operating system, on the box itself. And we'll look at different ways that we can hack into applications. We'll look at injection attacks and so forth. Then we get into web hacking. And this not only involves hacking websites, but also web servers. We'll look at cross-site scripting attacks. We'll look at cross-site forgery and so forth. Because this is a security course also, you need to know about cryptography. And cryptography will tell you the fundamentals that you need to know about cryptography, how it works, and how to break it, how to hack it. We'll also look at social engineering. Now, social engineering is not one of the technical attacks that a lot of people think are very glamorous and great and require a lot of knowledge, but social engineering actually requires a lot of finesse. And obviously, social engineering is the ability to manipulate people or the environment to get information out using non-technical means. Then we'll talk about formal penetration testing. And this includes the methodologies, the preparation, the things you need to be aware of before you actually conduct a penetration test. So we've got a lot to talk about. And as we go through the course, we'll break down these topics into smaller objectives. You'll see how these work out. And we're also going to be performing a lot of demonstrations and exercises, not just theory, concepts, and definitions, but you'll get all of that to help you prepare for the CEH exam.